Sam. Welcome to Hugz and Sam. Today we're getting into 7 Deadly Sins, episode 18. Last we left off was a very long time ago.
Yeah.
If y'all haven't watched the channel updates or whatever to find out what was going on with 7 Deadly Sins, we were really into the show and we hit like this crazy point of the actual last episode we left off where Gila and Hugz were like turning against Dreyfus, and it was like this huge thing. King Arthur was in there. It's like freaking Camelot showing up randomly and all this, and it was like some really crazy stuff going down, and then copyright strike. We got struck down with the copyright strike hammer. It's one of the very few strikes we've ever gotten on the channel. And we weren't sure what we were going to do. We weren't sure if we were going to go Patreon exclusive, if we were going to split it up, what we were going to do with that. Obviously now we've started dumping all the episodes back onto the channel through Daily Motion, which is how this is split. So the reaction link will be in the description down below. Or as always, you can watch the full or early reactions up on Patreon. Link also in the description. But I'm excited to be back. I really enjoyed this show. I like the characters. And like I said, it was at such an intense point in the show when we ended up leaving. But it was one of those things like, we can't play around with copyright strikes because we had 2 at that point. And that's at that point, it's like, shut it down.
Because Ancient Maze,
shut it down.
Which is now, we made that Patreon exclusive.
Exactly.
But I've been thinking about, maybe editing those and splitting them and
the biggest reason, well, that was before we ever split any shows.
Right.
Ancient Magus Bride. And also it had a lot less interest than something like 7 Deadly Sins. 7 Deadly Sins was one that a ton of people wanted us to watch. So I figured like the risk reward was more, there for that to be posted on YouTube. Whereas Ancient Magus Bride, the few people that really wanted it were already patrons anyway. So it's like, it just made more sense. But I'm excited to get back into this. Like I said, I really enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed where we were at. But we left off that pivotal part. All that's going on. Elizabeth and what's the pig's name? Hawk?
Hawk.
Yeah. Elizabeth and Hawk were like taken away into this dungeon. They were trying to escape that. Meliodas and Bon and Gother were like trying to rush to their aid. Like Deanne just got ripped up by Dreyfus, just like completely destroyed, but she saved Zeal. Like it was just everything was happening at that point. And that's why we're jumping back into it. So let's go ahead and see what's going down. Hey guys, a lot of these anime reactions have been getting blocked, so make sure to go down to the description for a reaction link, or you can watch a full version over on Patreon. He left the forest to go help Helbram is what it sounded like, because he said I couldn't leave Helbram alone, but then he gets there and everybody's like wrecked up, and Helbram's in that other form.
Yeah.
And attacks him like that. But he didn't know that was Helbram's form
at the time.
Because he just now noticed because of the helmet on the other version of Helbram.
Right.
The little mini version of Helbram.
But then why does he mention the promise after he finds out?
I don't know. That's what I'm wondering.
Because that doesn't make sense, because he knows that that's the guy that cut him. And
I know. That's what I'm saying. So there's got to be something that goes down, obviously, at that point.
I still want to know what the promise was.
I figure we'll figure that out really soon.
Yeah, next episode maybe.
But wow, this is the craziest. So much stuff happens in these episodes, and we didn't even really get to touch on the Camelot characters again. Like we didn't really get to touch on Arthur or anything that was going on with that with Hendrickson. But okay, so that thing with Gother and the memories and going back with Dreyfus. Okay, so I'm getting my kitty. So, going back with Dreyfus, I don't know what all was like legit memories and what was like messed with. Because like we had some odd imagery in that nightmare. Also, we saw like Gother get like a hole blown in him, but that was not in the real world. That was in the dream. Because he was just stabbed.
Give her me.
What?
She doesn't want to be up there.
She's cuddling me. But anyway, so what was I gonna say? Oh, I don't know what all we knew about Dreyfus and Greenmore, like I knew that was his dad, but I didn't know that it was Dreyfus's brother, because I never put two and two together if we did know that Dreyfus was Guilthunder's uncle. I don't think that I knew that.
Mm-hmm.
No, not me.
We need to put her down.
Okay. But damn, King, I knew he was gonna pour all his energy into saving Deanne.
Yeah.
I knew he was gonna pour all his energy, whatever he was gonna do. I thought he was gonna go like freaking Super Saiyan and just whoop some ass because of how much he cares about her. That's why as soon as he showed up, I was like, oh, that's the wrong one, you know? Because if you're gonna mess with anybody, like Deanne is the one that's gonna set him to maximum overdrive.
Yeah,
you know what
and
I mean?
I feel like not only him, but like if anything ever happened to her, like too, like Meliodas would.
Oh yeah.
I think the whole group would be like really protective of her.
But I'm just saying that that's his
King
bae.
more.
But that's his bae. You know,
because you
like,
could just tell like he was like punching, you know, him like what's his name, the dude Hugz was like
punching
because he was
his
like,
hand
why
went
didn't
wrong.
you like protect her and
yeah. Well, he's like, but he's like, she said they were trying to protect me, and he's like, but you didn't.
yeah.
And I'm like, oh,
right.
freaking Zeal, like getting hit by that cloud, like bleeding in Deanne's hand.
So
I'm like,
sad. That was so sad. Where was that cloud coming from?
From him, he summoned that from Helbram.
Okay.
Helbram summoned that like inferno, whatever, and it was like a
who's
cloud
Helbram?
of death. Helbram is the bad guy. Helbram is the bad guy we saw now. That's the fairy.
Oh, okay.
That has the three different forms.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, this is how bad I am with names. I know what they look like. I know what they've done, but I'm really bad with the names. Helbram is the fairy.
Like, there's got to be some way to heal all these people. They can't all have healing, like, restorative powers, because that's Bond's thing.
Right. And that's kind of why I was like, but, like, we saw Gother take that hold of the stomach, and
But
then...
he didn't take that. That's what I was saying before. That never happened. He just got stabbed. Immediately when he stabbed him, he touched Dreyfus, and everything we saw from the initial stab never happened. It was all a dream. It was all the nightmare. That's what I'm saying. We saw him take a huge hole, and then they had that whole conversation, all that happened.
That was some trippy stuff.
But
that
what
it was
really
showing.
happened was as soon as he got stabbed, he touched him, and that was all...
Wasn't those memories kind of crazy?
Yeah.
The little freaking hawks and...
Well,
that was crazy.
It was weird. But I'm excited to get in the next one. Holy crap. This has been amazing. I'm so glad we're back into this. Such a good show. All the characters are awesome. All the powers are awesome. And now we're getting more into it. Like, anybody who knows little factoid about Hugz is I love, like, folklore, like, mythical creatures and stuff like that, and, like, fairy tales. So, like, literally having a fairy tale of, like, them talking about this folklore of this kingdom that they're in, and learning more about Helbram as a fairy and stuff, I think is awesome. And I'm like so excited to get more into that. But let us know what you thought in the comment section down below. Like it if you did. Sub if you don't already. Shout out to our patrons watching the full and early reaction up on Patreon. Thank you so much for your support. You really know how much it means. It means the world. We'll be back with more videos soon. We love you guys. Bye.